all right. I mean, how do you top that? That's enthusiasm right there, and we've certainly got some.
I just want to give a shout-out to the Paladuro fans. You guys bring it every single week. Every single week.
I think they do it just for you, Brianna. I mean, I've been to games before, and I'd be like, hey, guys, and they're like, hey, what's going on? Brianna goes out there, and they turn into a mob, so keep up the good work, and y'all keep up the good work as well, because Paladuro, you're right, has brought the noise this year.
They definitely have, and I just realized I'm also wearing blue.
That's why. Cap Rock, y'all should be ashamed of her. And
no.
She was favoring one team.
No.
Well, we're talking 5A. Let's talk that matchup.
Hey, Canyon.
I picked them. I'm allowed to wear this.
Okay.
Anyways, let's talk about 5A. You mentioned Canyon. We'll get to them in a moment. Let's talk Paladuro Cap Rock. That's a big-time rivalry, and both teams coming off a loss from last week, needing a victory.
Yeah, Cap Rock with a huge upset there by Randall, and then Paladuro still searching for their first district win.
Yeah, lost to a good Dumas team, so you can't, I mean, that's neither here nor there. Dumas is undefeated, so we don't know what that means for Paladuro. Maybe it just means Dumas is that good. We'll have to wait and see. And again, Dumas, undefeated, taking on a district unbeaten in Plainview, and then Emerald High coming off that big win against Canyon, going up against Hereford, who's looking for their first district win. So there's a lot of stuff happening in 5A tonight, and more than anything, teams are going to need to start separating themselves because, as we mentioned with Pampa, the top 4 teams do go to the playoffs. But in this case, there is 8 teams in this district. Or, well, I counted that wrong. 2, 4. Nope, there's 8 teams in this district. So half these teams going home, and we certainly need to start seeing the 4 teams that are going to make it pull away.
Yeah, we have a lot of ties in the district standings, so waiting to see who kind of will emerge as we continue out through the season here.
Right, and now, we've talked about records. Let's throw those out the window because we're talking game of the week. Those don't matter when we're talking rivalry game. Let's take a look at how the fans voted. It was Randall versus Canyon. 77%, a lopsided vote in this one. But, as we always say, you can decide all you want to on the internet, but that doesn't even count. That's just an opinion. Fact is what happens on the field. Our man, DJ Ezel, joins us now live in the studio. He's got your highlights from Game of the Week.
That's right, Game of the Week, Randall Canyon. As they said, you can throw out those record books. Randall coming off their first win of the season when they pulled the shocker, knocking off Cap Rock, giving them their first loss, while Canyon fell to the Sandies. Let's check out the Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, checking it out here at Kimbrough. Getting ready for the big rivalry. Randall winning this one last year. Coming in first quarter, Randall's Kobe Wood rolling right, finds that favorite target, Logan Nix, and that's a first down, getting the Raiders on the move. We're going to stay here in the same drive, now inside the 10-yard line, and Jordan Jennings going to take the handoff there with some tough running, gets it across the goal line for the first score of the game. Extra point would be no good, 6-0 Randall. Now later in the first, same score, and Gunnar Palacios scrambling, throwing, beautiful pass right there, 35 yards to Kason Haggard, and that's a touchdown, puts Canyon up 7-6. That extra point was good, and Canyon goes on to win this one, bouncing back from that loss last week, 34-15.
All right, DJ, let's talk about 2 district unbeatens. It was Dumas taking on Plainview. I mean, the Demon was jamming tonight. Let's see if he can get all demonic on the Plainview Bulldogs. Early on, though, Plainview strikes first. That's Carson Hawk to Keyshawn Horn, 7-0 Bulldogs. Same score. Noah Quintanilla, 60 yards to Christian Casanova. That boy is smooth. That ties the game at 7. Now to the second quarter. Plainview's Trendon Jackson pounds it up the middle into the end zone. Bulldogs up 14-7. Now Plainview with the football again. Now tied at 14 in the third. Jackson, another touchdown. 50 yards on the ground. This will put Plainview up 21-14. Dumas would tie it at 21. This one would go to overtime, and that's where Dumas would emerge victorious. The Demons now 3-0 in district play, undefeated on the season as their great year continues. Another victory for the Dumas Demons.
All right, let's take you to one of those other rivalry games we had tonight. Paladuro taking on Cap Rock. First quarter, we're scoreless, and we showed you this one as our hit of the week, but look at it. Caleb King shooting out. It's a 75-yard run, and then Nathan Stokes just takes him down.
Forgive her, folks. Just forgive her for that one.
And that would set up this. Tariq Williams, he's going to do some work with his legs. He shakes off 2 dons, and he's in for the first score of the game.
I was just
Caprock.
impressed he was able to tightrope the sideline.
And then second quarter now, Don's possession. Noah Coronado, he sacked. The ball is fumbled, and the Rock recovers the rock. See what I did there? Then look at this. On the ensuing drive, young Ezekiel Elliott in the making. Caleb King gets it across the line. Caprock goes up 14-0, but here comes the Dons. Isaiah Williams, he runs it in for their first score of the game, now 14-7. Then 1:30 left in the half. Zach Encinias into the fog, and he comes out into the end zone. You like that effect? Just kidding, I lost focus.
That was Leo Rohan anyway.
Yeah, well, but did you see the effect?
I did.
Okay.
Well, rack focus.
Anyways, here we go, 20-7 into the half, and Caprock getting the win tonight, 27-14 over the Dons. Now let's go to Hereford, hosting Amarillo. First quarter, Amarillo's Nathan Betts drops back to pass, and it's stripped by Javen Rodriguez. And then more here from the White Faces. Luke Nino passes to Dylan McGinty with a 15-yard gain. And then more Nino with a quarterback keeper. He fumbles at the goal line, and it's recovered by the Sandies. Now here's more from the Sandies. David Vasquez with the 1-yard touchdown run to put Amarillo up 14-0, and the Sandies getting their second district win, 28-10.
So that's a big victory for Amarillo High as they now move into a 4-way tie for second place. Everybody's still trying to catch the Dumas Demons.
Yeah, just crazy how many teams we have just tied with each other. Just shows you how tight this district is.
Well, and I mentioned only 4 out of these 8 going to go to the playoffs right now. 5 teams
be
above.
A battle.
Yeah, 5 teams above 500 right now. 4 teams 2-1, and Dumas certainly making a stake to try to win the whole district. They're 3-0 right now. Still a lot of tough sledding ahead.
You kind of would expect it would be an overtime game, just 2 undefeated teams going after it. You kind of expected that overtime game tonight.
Absolutely, and the resiliency of Dumas to go on the road, come from behind. Plainview, not an easy place to play. Certainly a great fan base there, can make a lot of noise. But Dumas looked like they were well-traveled with their fans tonight, as they have a lot to cheer for this year, undefeated still on the season. But Plainview, Canyon, Caprock, and Amarillo High, all 2-1 right now in district play with 3 weeks left to go, or let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4 weeks of district games left to go. My math has been great tonight.
Late night, it's okay.
Yeah, late night for me, certainly. But anyway, still a lot of football left to be played, but 5 teams certainly separating themselves from the rest of the pack, but still plenty of time for Randall, Hereford, and PD to get things turned around and get back into this thing, so don't hang your heads just yet. Well, don't go anywhere. Tascosa going to try and rebound from last week's overtime loss. We'll have the highlights from that game coming up on News Channel 10-2.